Welcome to another episode of the question and answer session for the Malaysia stocks. In this video, I will go over some of the questions and the analyzed charts from my Telegram group members. And in case if you haven't joined my Telegram group members, feel free to click the link below and join it for free. So let's get started and look at the question. So the first question comes from R. So let's see what. Okay, so here's a question. Would like to know what the current chart of the DPIH translate to. I assume that massive volume for the past 3 trading days, but with the price maintaining at certain levels means higher probability of making higher highs, right? Okay, so that's DPIH. I think I saw KH comment as well. So let's look at KH comment as well. So DPIH. So after symmetrical triangle breakout at 615, the last 2 trading days observed significantly high supply emerged with the inverted hammer, suggesting pullback should take place based on TA. The first level of support should be the breakout price of 615. However, with the bonus issue announcement and exit around corner, the trend might continue go up. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart. Yeah, certainly I agree with you, KH. So there's certainly a lot of the supply, and we can see that there's rejection from the top as well. Let's use a trading view chart and to have a look right there. So you can see that this is DPIH. I think I just analyzed the chart last Friday, or sorry, the last Sunday. So that's probably a week ago, and subsequently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5 days. We see the breakout. So these are quite important signs. So you can see that there are 3 high volume bars right there. So the first one is the breakout bar. Once it's breakout from the apex. So certainly there are still both increase of the supply and demand on this bar. So subsequently, there is a rejection tail that comes with even higher of the supply level. However, there's not much follow through to the downside, but still supply is very high. So the last bar on Friday, we definitely see very similar volume. So let's treat this tree as the same volume. So in this case, last Friday bars see a bit more rejection. So in terms of the progress. So this is just to show that there are quite a lot of the supply in this, especially these 2 bars here, where you can see there are some downwards results. So think about it this way. If the intent of the movement is to break out and going upside to at least test probably the all-time high level right there, but the first breakout bar, we see some very nice close. The bullish close suggested that the demand is actually winning. Demand overwhelm the supply, despite there is a lot of the supply happen right there. However, next bar, we see the attempt to rally up, but in the end, we see the close right at the low right there. So the supply emerged just to cap the upside from moving up. So the last bar here is even more evidence right there. So we see a longer rejection tail with very similar type of the supply level. So in short, there's definitely presence of supply and very high supply level that actually prevent the price from moving up further. So subsequently, what I would like to see is some form of the reaction and with the decreasing of the supply. However, having said that, it doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a reaction for sure. So one thing that can happen is absorption on the way up. So if we see some form of the big bullish bar with even higher supply level, so that could even happen as well. So there's a supply, there's an absorption on the way up. But at the moment, I do have a bias to have a reaction. like what KH mentioned, probably a test of somewhere around 615. Pretty much just go back to test this breakout bar, and I would like to judge the character of the reaction before I can deduct the next bias and also possible the character of the next movement up. All right, so that's DPIH. Okay, so next question comes from ECQ. Wondering if YBS still have a momentum to go up, a sudden jump, but the volume still is considerably high at the moment. Is it a bit of pullback of retracement before going up further? Okay, so let's have a look of YBS. YBS International. Okay, so this is YBS. I think it referred to this spike there. So there's a spike of the volume, and certainly there's a lot of the selling, but right after that we still see the price going up, and subsequently let's focus on the recent price action. So the reaction is pretty encouraging with a low supply level, but right after the pullback tested the axis line, so you can see this is a resistance now turn the support once it's broken. We see there is a bullish bar, but immediately comes with another bearish bar. But I mean, right now, I don't really see a lot of the threatening price action. I do believe there is still some upside. Even you can, at least I think it would just test the high right there, about 55. If you can just break above 55, definitely there is momentum to carry up further. But at the moment, because the price is in a sort of in the middle of nowhere, don't really have an edge to trade it right at this current price. So if you really want to trade, you probably can go into the hourly time frame, the smaller time frame that you prefer. So in the hourly time frame is even more comfortable. I think that we see that supply is not that threatening at the moment. So in case it had a reversal action right there, then probably a breakout above the level will become your entry if you are really short-term swing trader with your stop below. Otherwise, you might want to wait for it, whether you can just retrace back to test the support level again. Then you probably can lean on the support at around 45. That will be a more attractive price that offer slightly better reward to risk ratio. That's what I think about YBS. All right, so next question comes from Dilip Kumar. Sir, how about the glove stocks in Malaysia? Any feedback? Okay, sure, Dilip. Let's have a look at the glove stock. So let's look at TOPGLOV, the leader of the glove. So TOPGLOV. Okay, so this is TOPGLOV. Um, the last time that I updated or just to analyze the chart is somewhere around here. I talk about this is a pretty classical type of the distribution. So subsequently, we do see some breakdown and then into the downtrend. So you can see that it's still pretty much travel within the down channel. One thing that is encouraging for the bulls is that I don't really see a lot of the supply on the way down. So pretty much that whoever like to sell already sold. So you can see that quite a lot of the selling as well. So subsequently, this is just quite a minor type of the selling, and also the supply level is not very threatening. And based on my recent price and I mean the point and figure projection based on the distribution structure, I think somewhere around 3.8 is the first target. So we pretty much already hit the first target. And based on how the price move and also the supply level. I just wonder, so that's also a question from me. I'm not sure whether we have already see the bottom right here. So I just want to probably throw this question a bit. Um, and definitely the trend is still down. We're still definitely in this down channel, but because the selling is not very aggressive and the first target has been fulfilled, and subsequently I do see a probably a change of character up there, but I definitely want to see some form of the commitment above this resistance. So you can see there is a resistance level at around, I think it's about 4.3, before we can just turn it to the short term bullish. So even if you can just commit above this level, the next resistance level will be somewhere around the supply line, so about 5. So eventually it's still within this down channel. So even that, if this is the bottom, I just this is just my very bold assumption, because certainly if it just fail to rally up, then I think there will still some more downside ahead. But if this is a true bottom, then what we probably can expect is some form of the consolidation before it can break out further. So that's the most bullish case I can think of for TOPGLOV. But right now, based on the down channel and also the price movement and the resistance level ahead, um, just that it's still in a downtrend. So short-term momentum is still up, but right after that, I definitely want to see how it actually interact with the resistance level at 4.3. So that's my view for TOPGLOV. I mean, the slightly longer term direction, mid-term or the long-term direction, definitely still down as shown in the channel. All right, so that's TOPGLOV. Next question comes from Chan Siu Weng. Hi MJ, is technology stock too late to enter or wait for retracement? I sold all because of the poor market sentiment, both US and KLSE, just before KLSE tech stock went up last few days. Okay, right. Well, I can feel you. Definitely, I think in terms of the entry for quite a lot of the tech stocks, I wouldn't say it's too late, but certainly there are quite a lot of the stocks that are worth trading at, even at the current price. So you can probably go back to look at my past videos, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, or even 3 weeks ago. For example, JHM, KGB, um, and JF Tech. There are quite a number of the stocks. I think the price level is still quite decent, and I don't really see a lot of the run up. And in terms of the entry price, certainly, I think it will be quite easy to find some great entry with great reward to risk ratio. So I just want to use the DNO as an example. So DNO is probably one of the strongest stock in Malaysia. So you can see that is currently at the all-time high level. Certainly, is it too late to get in right there? I mean, it really depends on your time frame. So ideally, for the perfect entry, this bar right there, the last Friday bar, is definitely too late. But if you look at a slightly longer term view, so since we have this up channel as a structure, so right after that, I mean the next target price would be somewhere around the overbought of the channel. So that's the overbought channel, maybe another overbought of the channel. So probably there are still some more upside ahead. However, if you want to look at the short term, um, some people would like to buy the breakout. Maybe they buy it right there. So that's the breakout. Some people will wait. So this is another breakout. Some people will tend to trade it within this consolidation phase or this consolidation phase. So I mean, it really depends on your trading plan and also trading strategy. Of course, if you can just retrace back and reverse it right there, then you certainly can rely on the support level that would be a more favorable position, or like a stop below this bullish bar right there. However, there are still many other tech stocks in Malaysia. Just feel free to look at your favorite and find the entry that suits your trading plan and also your risk level as well. So that's my view at the moment. Next questions comes from KH about revenue. So revenue group consolidated and tested the 193 resistance level coupled with higher trading volume on the recent trading days. I see a possibility for technical breakout of the 193 resistance level soon. If this happens, I expect to move towards the short-term target price of 204 to 210. 182 is a very strong support and should not break for an uptrend continuation. All right, so let's have a look at the chart. So you talk about the resistance level 193. Yep, I agree. That certainly there's a level right there, so there's a resistance, and I think that coupled with your downtrend line, that's great. In terms of the support level that you have drawn up, I guess that's what you're talking about 182. Yes, that's the level. I also agree. Okay, so let's look at cleaner chart, revenue. All right, so this is revenue. What I would like to see, generally, I want to see a breakout here. So above 194 for some bullish commitment to the upside. In terms of the volume, definitely I think that supply has been decreasing, but I don't see quality demand. So as long as the demand is weak, we probably can anticipate this sort of the small spread candle without much volatility, but still the bias is definitely to the upside. So like you say, the first level to break is about 194, that's the resistance level. And the next level will be somewhere around the swing high level. But in terms of the overall structure, I view this as probably phase A. That's the uptrust showing strength. Subsequently, we probably in, could that be phase C, with a grinding down type of the action and with a supply decreasing. So if it is, then I would probably anticipate a commitment above the resistance level at of the swing high level, followed by backup action, and eventually going to test a new high or the all-time high level. So yeah, in general, revenue is bullish. All right, so back to next question. I think also okay, Cash. That's your comment about DPIH. Thanks for that. Um, all right, we have another. Oh, that's a elite wave from Din Mentari. Let's see. Let's have a look here. So that's the wave. I guess that's the elite wave. So, in terms of the wave, um, so that's impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, and based on his analysis, probably we are close to the end of wave 4 after the ABCDE corrective wave, and probably will see the wave 5 soon. So that's the last impulsive wave up. So yeah, that probably can be right. I think my analysis will be somewhere around here, based on this run up, change of character, forming the trading range, uptrust. So in terms of the elite wave, I think is the very bullish wave 5. So if you can just break out and break above, starting with this, I think that would be quite a nice structure. trading the pullback will be great. So yeah, okay, thanks for the contribution. That's nice. Billiard wave. I'm not a wave trader, so can't really comment about the wave. All right, so next question comes from Luis. Dear MJ, any thoughts on the TEXCYCLE? Let's look at the TEXCYCLE. TEXCYCLE. Okay, so this is a TEXCYCLE. Let's draw some support and resistance right here. So that's the resistance, and we have another level ahead, so another resistance level. I don't really like the thin liquidity. You can see that the volume is generally on the very low side, so it's quite illiquid for the stock in Malaysia. And recently there is quite a lot of the participation, so we see that there is a liquid volume trying to push the price up. So let's see. Okay, I think it's quite bullish at the moment. Suddenly we see that there is a spike of the volume with a rejection tail. So there's quite a lot of the supply and a lot of the selling, but fortunately for the bullish case, I don't really see downside follow through. So there's no supply right after the big bullish bar. Okay, so that's TEXCYCLE. I think in terms of the overall uh, direction, I do really want to see it can commit above the resistance level, and then sort of forming a backup action before you can trend up. So that's my view. Certainly, I have a bullish bias at the moment, but I don't really see some trading opportunities. Probably on a smaller time frame, if you are comfortable with trading using a smaller time frame like the hourly time frame, that probably could present some of the trading opportunities. But right now, um, is probably going to have a bit more testing with a lower volume or lower supply, and certainly I think there is a chance for another attempt to rally up. All right, so that's probably for the short-term trading opportunities for TEXCYCLE. All right, so I think that's all for the question. All right, thanks for watching. And if you haven't joined my Telegram group channel, feel free to just click the link below and join it for free. And I will see you inside. Thanks for watching.